This is Sadie Rhodes, the stunning Ana de Armas. She's driving while talking on the phone with her boss about a colleague who has just died. The movie doesn't reveal how just yet, but we'll find out soon enough. Next, she stops by a small street market to pick up some home supplies. Nearby, we meet Cole Turner, played by none other than Chris Evans, our beloved Avenger, Captain America. But here, he's just a good-hearted farmer who recently got out of a relationship and is still nursing the heartbreak. The lady running a plant stall steps away for a moment and asks Cole to watch over things for her. And wouldn't you know it, guess who walks up to buy some flowers? Sadie. The two lock eyes instantly and start flirting right away. Everything's going great until Cole asks what kind of plant she's looking for. She says she travels a lot and wants something low maintenance, so Cole jokes that she should just buy a plastic plant. And well, you can imagine how that goes. The mood shifts immediately. A cactus barely needs any human love. That one you definitely won't kill, he teases. Realizing he might have gone too far, Cole runs after her to apologize. Of course, she forgives him. I mean, it's Captain America, after all. They end up grabbing coffee together, and right from the start, the chemistry between them just works. Chris Evans brings that charming, slightly clumsy energy. And Ana de Armas, well, what can you even say about her? By this point, anyone watching is already rooting for these two to get married, have kids, and head to Disneyland. All of this happens in less than 20 minutes of movie time, but it works. They walk, talk, share coffee, and eventually head to a bar together. Conversation flows, sparks fly, and finally they share that kiss. And what a kiss! The next morning, Cole drops Sadie off at her place and things get a little heated between them. Let's just say the chemistry wasn't just emotional. Later, back at the family farm, we meet his younger sister, Matt, and his parents, who don't have names in the movie, so we'll just call them Mr. and Mrs. Turner. Cole spends the entire week waiting for Sadie to text him back. When she doesn't, he remembers he left his asthma inhaler in her bag. Luckily, or not, he's forgetful enough that he always puts trackers on his things so he doesn't lose them. When he checks the tracking app, he's shocked. Sadie's in London. His parents, seeing how smitten he is, tell him this is the perfect chance to surprise her. So our hopeless romantic does exactly that. He books a flight to London. On the way, he tells the taxi driver all about Sadie and how amazing she is. And remember that cactus from earlier? Keep that in mind. It's going to be important later. Cole follows the tracker through the city until suddenly, a group of thugs surround him. One injects him in the neck, and everything goes black. He wakes up in a cave, tied up and gagged, as a mad scientist rambles on about him being the Taxman, a legendary CIA agent who once stopped an illegal deal in Turkey, killed several criminals in Berlin, and was involved in the death of someone named Helena. The villain believes Cole knows the password to unlock a military briefcase containing a powerful and extremely valuable bioweapon. His plan is to torture Cole until he gives up the secret code. Around them are cages filled with exotic venomous insects, and the man starts talking about the Schmidt Pain Index, a scale used to measure the pain caused by insect stings. Cole is terrified as one of the men brings out an Indonesian wasp ready to sting him. But just then, Sadie bursts in, guns blazing. She kills the thugs and rescues him, explaining that the whole setup was meant to trap her, not him. Even so, they still have to escape the cave. Unfortunately, more mercenaries arrive and open fire. Sadie tells Cole to cover her, but he's so panicked he shoots blindly. Honestly, it feels like he might hit her instead. Thankfully, Sadie is a total badass and takes down the remaining enemies herself. Once outside, we learn the cave wasn't in London at all. It was in Pakistan, miles away. And if you thought the action was over, think again. 2 trucks full of armed soldiers pull up, forcing the two to run downhill while dodging a hail of gunfire from mounted machine guns. Down the road, Sadie hijacks a tour bus, and a wild chase begins. She rams a car into 2 of the Cole mercenaries, and soon, armed bikers join the pursuit. The mercenaries fire several rounds at the bus, and Sadie fires back, taking some of them down along the highway. A little farther ahead, she pulls off a risky maneuver, using the cliffside to spin the bus around. They all burst into a tunnel, and when the car in front crashes, Cole flies through the windshield. He climbs onto the bus and throws a wooden crate to slow down the pursuing car. But one of the mercenaries jumps onto the bus's railing, leaving Cole hanging from a piece of metal. He shouts for Sadie to move the wheel, and she does, flinging him back inside. Cole rushes to fight the mercenary who got in, while Sadie smashes the bikers into the stone wall. But another thug forces his way onto the bus and throws Sadie off the driver's seat. A brutal brawl erupts. Cole is nearly stabbed, but spots a cactus on the floor, grabs it, and shoves it into the mercenary's face before kicking him out of the bus and over the cliff. Sadie regains control of the wheel, gets rid of the last attacker, and Cole collapses into her arms. One final enemy car remains, but Cole shoots the driver, sending the vehicle crashing into a rocky slope. Moments later, the bus breaks down, and the two have to continue on foot. Cole seems shaken. It was his first time killing someone. But Sadie reminds him they were criminals and insists they keep moving. Back at the hideout, we meet Levesque, a former French intelligence agent turned wealthy criminal. His right-hand man, Wagner, shows him Cole's photo, explaining that the taxman has no file in the Cole database. On the road, Cole and Sadie argue over the lies they told each other. They eventually catch a rugged taxi straight out of Mad Max and head toward a small Middle Eastern village. Meanwhile, in the cave, we learn that Levesque wants the code to open the suitcase containing Aztec, a powerful bioweapon he plans to sell for $20 million to a Yakuza boss named Utam. Levesque orders Wagner to place a $1 billion bounty on the taxman, alive, and adds that whoever kills him will have a target on their own head. Now things are about to go full John Wick mode, with dozens of bounty hunters after Cole, or rather, after the taxman. Our couple arrives in Mygor, Pakistan, where Sadie meets Marco, a funny, charming guy who used to date her for a few months. Marco takes them out for a meal, and during their chat we learn he lost his hand during an escape mission because Sadie abandoned him. Cole is shocked, but Sadie explains that in the CIA, the mission always comes first. Cole gets upset when he realizes Sadie didn't come back for him, but to retrieve the Aztec. Sadie asks Marco to take Cole back to the US and leaves, but suddenly, Falcon shows up to kidnap them and claim the bounty, only to be killed moments later by another hunter. Brutal to the three escape in a car, trying not to be noticed, until, believe it or not, the Winter Soldier himself shows up in this madness. After a while, they stop to switch vehicles, but apparently Falcon isn't dead after all. Sadie asks where the delivery site is, then finishes him off for good. On the way, Sadie tells Cole she'll go alone to find the Aztec and board Levesque's plane. But Cole realizes something. The criminals think he has the code, and it was actually Helena who knew it. Turns out Helena planned to sell it to Levesque, and Sadie killed her for it. So not even Sadie knows the code. Levesque doesn't know that, though. Sadie knocks Cole out and pretends to be a bounty hunter, bringing him to Levesque. There, she confirms that Cole really does have the suitcase. Wagner and his men take Sadie and the taxman on the plane, while Levesque travels by car, saying that next time he sees Wagner, the case better be open. Everything seems fine, until Wagner checks Cole's phone and finds a selfie of him and Sadie in bed, proving she's not a bounty hunter but his girlfriend. To save herself, Sadie says the code is in a small vial and hands it to Wagner. When he picks it up, she twists her Winter Soldier-style ring. A brutal fight breaks out, and one of the mercenaries stabs Sadie in the abdomen. Seeing that, Cole snaps. He goes full rage mode, takes them all down, grabs the briefcase and a parachute, and jumps out of the plane with Sadie in his arms. They land on Socotra, an island in the Arabian Sea. Cole builds a makeshift tent using the parachute and treats Sadie's wounds with healing plants he finds on the island. She's amazed by his improvisation skills and thanks him for everything. That night, she activates a tracker so the CIA can locate them. The two finally make peace and, of course, share a passionate reconciliation kiss. The next morning, Wagner shows up heavily armed to retrieve the briefcase, but CIA reinforcements arrive just in time and rescue the couple. Back at CIA headquarters, they meet Jackson, who interrogates them about what happened. In the middle of questioning, Cole and Sadie start arguing again, for the same old reasons. Sadie tells Jackson it was a mistake to save Cole's life, because valuing one life over thousands would be pure arrogance. Cole fires back, saying her mission above all mentality doesn't justify everything she's done. Sadie snaps, calling him a coward who's afraid to leave his parents' house because of his mother's death. Cole cuts her off, furious. Don't you dare talk about her. As they review footage from the case, Cole mentions that the plant found in Helena's room was amaranth, often used in ancient Aztec rituals. Sadie connects the dots. It wasn't Helena who had the code, but Howard, the eccentric scientist obsessed with human sacrifice. Helena had created the password based on the plant's genetic sequence, so they set up a trap to capture Levesque and his terrorist group. Naturally, the commander suspends Sadie from the mission. Jackson and 2 other agents stay outside the meeting building, while Cole takes a seat at the table, waiting for Levesque. But the criminals act first. Wagner kills Jackson and his men. Things get ugly fast. Levesque, Wagner, Utam, and about 20 armed thugs enter the room. Levesque presses a gun to Cole's stomach, demanding the Aztec's access code, running out of patience while Utam grows restless. Then, surprise, Sadie appears, stunning in a long violet dress. She sits at the table and reveals she's the real taxman. She says she has the code and offers to sell the weapon directly to Utam for half Levesque's price. Utam agrees and prepares to transfer the money once the suitcase opens. Sadie looks at Cole and says, "When someone you love is in danger, you do what you have to do to save them." Cole can't help but smile. She opens the suitcase, revealing the bioweapon, and Utam transfers $10 million into her account. But Sadie had planned everything. She secretly placed a $10 million bounty on Levesque's head in the bounty hunter database. Now, dozens of hunters are after Levesque, and some are already inside the restaurant. Civilians rush out as everyone else draws their guns. Chaos erupts, bullets fly, glass shatters, people run and fight everywhere. Sadie and Cole try to escape through the stairs, but Wagner comes flying in with a Bruce Lee-style kick that knocks Sadie down. Cole tackles him, and they crash into the lower floor. Wagner fires at the electrical system, causing a massive short circuit that speeds up the rotation of the building's dome. Levesque loses patience, kills Utam for breaking their deal, and decides to keep Aztec for himself. Cole is barely hanging on. Wagner's crushing him against the gears, until Cole spots the villain's chain and throws it into the machine, sending Wagner straight to meet the Grim Reaper. That leaves only Levesque and Sadie fighting in the Grand Hall. With the dome spinning wildly, both are thrown against the glass. Cole rushes in to help, and Sadie fires at a concrete arch, causing it to collapse on Levesque, taking him out for good. She grabs the Aztec before falling, and the two share a victorious kiss, this time as a real couple. Cut to a few weeks later, Cole and Sadie are having breakfast at his parents' farm. He introduces her to the family, and months afterward, we see Cole finally move out of his parents' house. The couple now travels the world together, ending Ghosted, a 2023 action film. This is the end. If you liked it, subscribe and comment anything. Bye-bye.